Then I started resting, not relaxing, but like high frequency rest.
I'm sorry, but if I spent the first couple of years of my business resting with no phone in silent, do you think that I would have built the business that I have?
The energy of money vibrates at the same frequency as self-love.
Why is it okay for us to call someone money hungry when they want a lot of money, but we don't look at someone that's looking for a relationship and say, oh, they're love hungry?
Every single morning, I want you to wake up and ask the universe, show me how good it can get.
Yes. And how many of you will actually do that? So this is the simplest thing.
So can you manifest money out of nowhere? Millions? Billions? Whatever it is you desire? Absolutely.
So here's the nuance with any money affirmation you say. You need to make sure that the money affirmation you're saying, I'm Alex Tripod, and this is the manifestation game. After coaching thousands around the world and becoming one of the most trusted voices in manifestation, I realized you don't get what you want, you get what you embody. If you're a high-achieving business owner who knows they were born for more wealth, more impact, more freedom, this podcast will unlock the codes. So let's collapse timelines. Let's calibrate to the frequency of your future self, because let's be honest, nothing is real. Everything's a hologram. Let's fucking go. Welcome back to another episode of the Manifestation Game podcast. Once again, my incredible team here have carefully crafted a list of manifestation reels to see my reaction, to see whether I agree or disagree. It's going to get a little bit controversial here. I'm a little bit scared. Let's do this. Enjoy. Here we go.
Rest is a money magnet, and your nervous system is actually your money portal. Let me say something that's always controversial. More work does not equal more money. I used to grind a lot because I thought rest was irresponsible.
More work is probably actually required for a lot of people in the early stages. That would be like saying someone, stay calm when your aeroplane isn't off the tarmac. The reality is, for your aeroplane to get off the tarmac at the start, it is going to require you to be in that hustle flow state and to take that action. So yeah, and probably not. Instead of focusing on calming your nervous system, actually focus on the action you need to take.
Responsible, and it was really weak. But I was exhausted, I was bitter, and I was broke. Then I started resting, not relaxing, but like high frequency rest. Walks with no phone, silence, and
I'm sorry, but if I spent the first couple of years of my business resting with no phone in silent, do you think that I would have built the business that I have? Absolutely not. Do I rest now? Absolutely, because I've got my aeroplane off the tarmac and because I have the systems and strategies in place that allow me to rest while I have a team that handles a lot. But that wasn't my reality 1 year into my business.
instead of stimulation, soft music, baths, sleep, and lots of deep.
I'm not telling you to take action while you're in stress. Maybe meditate, plug into some of my vibe boosters, but also take fuckloads of action, aligned, consistent, massive action. Here we go.
I always get everything I want in my life. I always get everything I want. And that began when I started to do shadow work, when I started to stop running away from myself, when I started to heal. Manifestation is not just about affirmations and thinking positively. It's about integration. It's about facing the darkest and the deepest parts of yourself. It's about digging into the...
Yes, and also, how many of you are potentially facing the deepest, darkest aspects of your shadow self and then festering in that vibration and then not actually calibrating to who you want to be? So I resonate actually more with the beginning of the reel, where everything is always working out for me. Everything always goes my way. I promise you, if you repeated that like a broken record and that was your dominant internal dialogue, you'd already be vibrating in a completely different reality to where you are right now.
The roots of your pain and then alchemizing that into power. And what really prompted me to make this video for you today is because I had a conversation with someone very, very close to me. And what they said to me meant a lot to me. They were like, Alexi, you are literally living proof that manifestation works. And listen,
Because she did both the shadow work, but also she brainwashed herself to be successful. She didn't just feel her feelings and sit there. She brainwashed herself. She created a new identity and she felt her traumas and her shadows. It's both.
My goal in life is to become a big-time model and travel to really amazing places. I really hope it happens. I'm 14 years old, just thought I would say that, LOL.
Well, I will say that the cover of Sports Illustrated and the cover of Vogue were on my vision board.
Your thoughts create your life, and so you have to think positive thoughts.
You're saying a lie over and over and over again, and then one day, the lie is true.
I want to make you the biggest pop star in the world.
Isn't it interesting how all these incredibly successful people, whether they're happy or not, all these incredibly successful people all know that manifestation isn't some woo-woo bullshit concept. It's real. It's about aligning your internal world, believing you're worthy of it, and then taking action from that energetic space. So we could take a bit of advice from these people that are manifesting the shit out of what they desire.
One of the biggest mistakes that people make with manifesting is that they become really obsessed with their goals. And that obsession really quickly turns to desperation. And desperation comes from fear and doubt. And step 2 of my manifesting process is
I actually completely disagree with this. I believe you have to be obsessed with what you want to desire, because it's that obsession that's actually going to have you do the things, whether it's saturating your subconscious mind, being in the felt experience, creating an internal reality where you're living in that end result, and actually taking the action towards your obsession. If I wasn't obsessed with raising the vibration of humanity on a global scale, there is no way that I'd even be a 10th of the way that I'm in my journey right now. It is my obsession, my hell-bent horse blinkers, not seeing anything else, tunnel vision obsession that has allowed me to create the success that I've created. So in fact, maybe you're not obsessed enough.
is remove fear and doubt.
Keep going.
Because we cannot manifest when we have these blocks in our way, which is, limiting beliefs, insecurities, or a doubt that the universe can provide to us. So,
right. But when you're truly obsessed and your why is big enough, it's going to make you look at your doubts and your fears and everything that's in the way. It's going to give you the leverage to uncover the blocks on the way to the thing that is your obsession, because typically your obsession is your purpose. It's why you decided to come to planet Earth.
So I'm going to give you a life hack that will quite literally change your whole entire life. And it is the easiest thing you could ever do. So before you fall asleep when you're really tired,
can I just say nothing's the easiest thing that you'll ever do? Because even if it's just one line like I tell you to do, it's not the easiest thing in the world, because you have to repeat it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. That's what neuroscience tells us, in order to create the repetition for your subconscious mind to believe it. So unfortunately, there's no easy thing, even when the tool is easy.
say to yourself, when I wake up in the morning, I will wake up in my highest possible timeline, and then just do a little visualization of what that looks like to you as you drift off to sleep. Then when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to lay there and you're going to say to yourself, I just woke up in my highest possible timeline. And you.
Having said that, I do agree with her. So many of us are not doing the simple things on a daily basis to actually call in and like setting intentions. Like one of the things I do every day is I now request and set an intention for a day of heaven on earth. And I literally feel the difference on the days that I do that and on the days that I don't say it. On the days that I say that one simple thing and I set the intention, my day literally manifests into an incredible day of heaven on earth. So try that. I now set an intention for a day of heaven on earth, and see how simple setting one intention in the morning transforms your entire day. Apparently this is me.
Every single morning, I want you to wake up and ask the universe, show me how good it can get. Show me how easy it can be. Show me how much fun I can have today. Today is going to be the best day of my life. You say this first thing in the morning when your brain is so malleable and primed to be able to set your frequency, to set your intentions.
Yes. And how many of you will actually do that? So this is the simplest thing. Like this is what blows my mind about manifestation. All you got to do is wake up and say, I'm going to have a day of heaven on earth. Everything's going to go my way. Everything's always working for me, right? I just told you what to do. She just told you what to do. How many of you are actually going to start your day tomorrow morning and remember to do that? And it's that consistency and that repetition and that discipline and that devotion and that structure within manifestation that no one's fucking talking about, right? It's that healthy consistency and structure and you dedicating yourself to do these simple things that's actually going to change your life. So as fluffy as this might sound, it actually does work when you do it. Quick pause, legend. If you're loving this episode, you need to watch the Manifestation Game movie. It's not just a film, it's an activation. If you've ever felt like you're doing all the things, vision boards, affirmations, rituals, but you're still not seeing results, this movie will shift your frequency, rewire your beliefs, and give you the missing codes. Watch it now using the link in the show notes. Now back to the episode. This is from Bible Lady. Let's see what she has to say about my new age manifestation.
Manifesting, writing 100 times that I'm going to make $100,000 this month is not going to do anything for you. But asking Jesus, please provide for me in the way that you see fit. I'm not asking for millions and millions of dollars, but I'm asking for...
So what's the difference between asking Jesus and asking the universe? I'm very curious because this is the thing. We're all fighting for the same thing. We're all talking about a higher power of love. So whether your version of love is God or universe or your spirit guides or light beings or Jesus, it's a higher power. So as much as I understand where she's coming from, whether you're writing it down and you're asking the universe or whether you're asking Jesus, live and let live. If that works for you, awesome. And what works for me is praying to different things and higher aspects.
Financial freedom. Yeah. I'm asking that you lift this burden off of me and my family so that I can serve people better. And I ask...
You know what? I actually am going to say... I love her and I just want to land that I literally just made a reel telling people to write down their problem and to ask their guides or the universe to find a solution. She's saying the exact same thing, but replacing what I said with Jesus. We're all talking about the same thing. And whether you want to call it Jesus or universe or quantum physics, it's all the same thing. We're all fighting for the same thing.
So can you manifest money out of nowhere? Millions? Billions? Whatever it is you desire? Absolutely. I want to do an experiment with you. I want you to say the following phrase as often as you can during the day. Money comes to me freely and abundantly, and I notice it everywhere. Now
So here's the nuance with any money affirmation you say. You need to make sure that the money affirmation you're saying, it expands you and you're not saying something that immediately has your conscious mind called bullshit, right? So right now, let's say you haven't even made a 10K month, but you're saying, I easily and effortlessly make 100K months. It's never going to happen because your conscious mind is immediately going to call bullshit on it. So choose an affirmation that expands you to the next level, but not too expansive that your conscious mind calls bullshit on it, and feel your energy. Does it contract you or does it expand you?
Here is the catch. That last phrase, I notice it everywhere. You have to get it in your head that money, there's not a certain amount that you're looking for. I want you to look for when a penny should.
So what she's talking about here is generic manifestation, which works really well for some people. Sometimes when you're specifically asking for like 10K months or 20K months, it creates resistance because you've gone too specific. Where if you say generalized, abundant affirmation, this works a lot better for some people because there's that less resistance around the specificity of what you're calling in.
If you're going to be expanding your nervous system to hold more wealth and to be able to actually receive it, hold it, circulate it, and spend it effortlessly back and forth and know that it's coming back to you without the energy of scarcity, then we need to practice your nervous system work, because that's the number one and most important thing. Because you can call in all the money you want, but if your nervous system is not prepped to hold it and to actually care for it and to be...
The problem is she's actually speaking to higher level people that are playing a bigger game. And as you're playing a bigger game and you're cracking the 50K months or the 100K months, yes, nervous system calibration will actually dictate a lot of what you can call in and hold. But unfortunately, a lot of people are focusing on an uncalibrated or dysregulated nervous system in the beginning stages of their business, where they actually not need to be focusing on taking action that's going to shift them into dysregulated nervous system. It's going to shift them and push them past that barrier of fear, because it's stepping into the frequency of courage and taking that massive, bold, aligned action that makes you want to shit your pants. That's what's going to call in money at the start. Once you start having high quality problems like, oh, now I'm making 50K or 100K months and I'm having trouble holding it, that's when you look at pairing that up with nervous system calibration.
Runs on frequency. Most people are just tuned to the wrong station. They wake up, scroll dopamine, loop heartbreak songs that sound good but sink your spirit. But the ones who get it, they know that music isn't just background noise. It's software for your soul. Fred against Delilah, pull me out.
It's software for your soul. Oh my gosh, I cannot agree with this more. In the early stages of my mission, I would literally go for a run every single morning, and I would play powerful, cinematic, orchestrated, like next level music, and it would literally activate my third eye. It would have me have visions of the future. It would have me like have this courageous, deluded level of self-belief, and I'd see myself on stages. I'd literally see things in the quantum so viscerally, and that music would like captivate my heart, and I would feel it too. So this imagery with feeling it, I wholeheartedly agree with this, and not enough people are using the power of emotive, cinematic music to activate their desires and their channel and their self-belief. Incorporating this into your daily practice, I promise you, it's going to take your visions and your mission to a whole new level.
The energy of money vibrates at the same frequency as self-love. And if this sounds like nonsense to you, let me break it down. When you love yourself, you don't tolerate trash environments, you don't chase people, you don't settle for less, you don't spend money to impress, you invest money to progress. That's the same energy that attracts wealth. Because money doesn't go where it's needed. Money goes where it's respected. And people who don't love themselves, they blow it, reject it, repel it. Self-love equals discipline. Discipline equals power. Power equals wealth.
I often say, what is the difference between love and money? Why is it okay for us to call someone money hungry when they want a lot of money, but we don't look at someone that's looking for a relationship and say, oh, they're love hungry? What's the difference? What is the difference? The difference is your belief system, your projection, your dominant thoughts, feelings, and beliefs about money, your dominant thoughts, feelings, and beliefs about love. It's all energy. Love is money, money is love. And your vibrational relationship with each of them will determine how it physically shows up in your 3D reality. Boom. All right, there you have it. Thanks for watching, legend. And look, I'm always open for any reels that you would like to see my reaction to. So DM me the reel and I'll have it on the next reaction episode. Love you and see you on the next episode. Thanks for tuning into the Manifestation Game. If this episode activated something inside of you, please leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And don't forget to subscribe on YouTube so you never miss a drop. Because as you know, my mission is to raise the vibration of humanity on a global scale. So the more people that this reaches, the faster we shift into the new earth. For more daily downloads and frequency shifts, come find me on social media at Alex Tripod. Let's keep manifesting the shit out of life.